All right, so you want the whole story? Okay. Sometimes people ask me, and it's still strange to look back at everything. In my heart, I am still just Leo, the boy from Rosario who loved and still loves to play football. It's been quite a journey. It all began for me back in 1987 in my hometown, Rosario, Argentina. It's a place where football is life. You really feel the passion for the game in the streets. I grew up there surrounded by my family, my father Jorge, who worked in a factory, and my mother Celia, who helped out cleaning houses. I have two older brothers, Rodrigo and Matias, and a younger sister, Maria Sol. Life was simple, and we didn't have much luxury, but we were close, and football was always part of our lives. As soon as I could walk, they say I was running after a ball. My first real team was a tiny local club called Grandoli, where my father coached. I was maybe 4 or 5 years old. I was always much smaller than the other kids, really small. But I just wanted the ball. Dribbling. It felt natural, like the ball was part of my foot. My grandmother, my mother's mother, Celia, she was the one who pushed me. She would take me to training and matches. She argued with the coaches to let me play with the older boys. Put him on, she'd say. You'll see him play. She believed in me before anyone else. She passed away when I was still young, only 10 or 11. It was very hard. That's why I often look up and point to the sky when I score. It's for her. When I was 6, I started playing for Newell's Old Boys, a big club in Rosario, my boyhood club. Those were happy times, playing with my friends, scoring lots of goals. We had a great youth team there called the Machine of '87, and we barely lost a game for years. People started to notice me more then, but I was still very small for my age. And that became a problem. Around the age of 10 or 11, we realized I wasn't growing like my friends. We went to the doctors, and they found out I had a growth hormone deficiency. My body wasn't producing enough hormones naturally to grow. The doctors said I needed treatment, special injections, every single day. I knew I had to do it if I wanted to keep playing football, my dream. The biggest problem was the cost. The treatment was very expensive, maybe $900 a month back then. My family couldn't afford it. My father tried hard to find help. Newell's helped a bit, but couldn't cover it all. There was talk of River Plate in Buenos Aires being interested, but they also didn't commit to paying for the treatment. It was a very worrying time. We didn't know if my dream was over, but then somehow word reached across the ocean to Spain, to FC Barcelona. They had scouts in Argentina. Someone sent them videos of me playing. They heard about my situation, the talent, but also the growth problem. Barcelona invited me for a trial. So in September 2000, when I was 13, my father and I flew to Barcelona. I played in a trial game with boys my age. I was nervous, new country, big famous club. But once I was on the pitch, I just played. Karl's Reksak, a technical director at the club, was watching. The famous story is true, more or less. Reksak wanted to sign me immediately. He was afraid someone else would. There was maybe some hesitation from others at the club because I was young, foreign, and needed expensive medical care. So, to reassure my father, Reksak grabbed a paper napkin and wrote out a commitment. It said Barcelona would sign me and pay for my growth hormone treatment. A contract on a napkin. It showed they believed in me. That changed my life. So my family decided I should take the chance. It was incredibly hard. I moved to Barcelona with my father. My mother and siblings came later, but found it difficult and went back to Rosario for a while. I stayed with my dad. I missed my family, my friends, my home, terribly. I was very shy, didn't speak the language well. It was lonely sometimes. I joined La Masia, Barcelona's youth academy. It was like a football school. We lived there, studied, and trained hard. The football was different, faster, more technical. I had to adapt, and I continued my treatment, the injections every day. Slowly, I started to grow. There were good guys at La Masia with me. I became friends with Cesc Fabregas and Gerard Piqué. They helped me feel more comfortable. On the pitch, that was always my escape. Even if I was quiet outside, with a ball I could show who I was. I started moving up through the youth teams quite quickly, playing for Barça C and Barça B team eventually. When I was 16, in November 2003, I got my first taste of the first team in a friendly match against FC Porto. It was unreal playing with the professionals. My official debut came almost a year later, October 16, 2004. I was 17 years old, playing against Espanyol. The coach, Frank Rijkaard, told me to warm up. I remember feeling nervous but incredibly excited. I came on for Deco. Just being on the same pitch as players like Ronaldinho, Eto'o, Xavi, it was a dream. My first official goal took a few more months, May 1, 2005, against Albacete at Camp Nou. I came on late. Ronaldinho, the big star, scooped the ball over the defense, a beautiful pass. I let it bounce and chipped it over the goalkeeper. The crowd went wild. Ronaldinho put me on his shoulders. He was like a big brother to me in those early days, always smiling, always encouraging me. He helped me a lot. From that point, things started moving faster. The next few seasons, I became a more regular part of the team. I had some injuries, but I felt I was growing as a player. In March 2007, I scored my first hat trick against our biggest rivals, Real Madrid, in El Clásico. I was still only 19. That felt like a big moment. Then, in 2008, Pep Guardiola became our coach. That changed everything. Pep knew me from the youth teams. He decided to build the team around me, moving me into a central false nine position. It gave me more freedom. He trusted me completely. That first season under Pep, 2008 to 2009, was incredible. We played amazing football, tiki-taka, short passes, constant movement. We won La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Champions League, the treble. In the Champions League final in Rome, we beat Manchester United 2-0. I scored the second goal with a header. That one felt special. After that season, at the end of 2009, I won my first Ballon d'Or. It was an unbelievable feeling. You see legends winning it? To hold it myself? Hard to believe, but it motivated me even more. The success continued. We won 6 trophies in 2009, the treble plus the Spanish Super Cup, UEFA Super Cup, and Club World Cup. No team had ever done that. Pep pushed us to be better every single day. We won the Champions League again in 2011 at Wembley against Manchester United. Many people say that final was one of the best team performances ever. We played beautifully, and I scored again. Playing alongside Xavi and Andrés Iniesta in midfield was a joy. Their intelligence, their vision, we just knew where the other would be. a special connection. The goals kept coming. In 2012, I scored 91 goals in the calendar year for Barcelona and Argentina, breaking an old record. I wasn't chasing it, just playing the game I love. But looking back, 91 goals, it's a crazy number. Later, other great players arrived. Neymar Jr. came, and then Luis Suarez. The three of us formed the MSN attack. We became very close friends off the pitch too, especially me and Luis. On the pitch, we just clicked. We understood each other, assisted each other, scored hundreds of goals. With Luis Enrique as coach, we won the treble again in the 2014 to 2015 season. Winning trophies with friends, it's the best feeling. There were so many memorable moments at Barcelona over 20 years. The goal against Getafe like Maradona's. The goal against Real Madrid in the 2011 Champions League semi-final. Running past players against Bayern Munich in 2015. Scoring free kicks. Winning so many league titles and cups. Camp Nou was my home. It was a golden era. Coaches came and went after Pep, but Barcelona always tried to play attacking football, and I always tried to give my best for the club that gave me everything. But while things were amazing with Barcelona, my journey with the Argentina national team was more complicated, more painful for a long time. Playing for my country is the biggest honor. I had success with the youth teams, winning the Under-20 World Cup in 2005 and the Olympic gold medal in 2008. But the senior team was different. My debut in 2005, I got a red card after only 1 minute. The World Cups were tough. 2006, I was young. 2010, Maradona was coach. We lost badly to Germany. Then came 2014, in Brazil. We fought our way to the World Cup final against Germany again. We lost 1-0 in extra time. Standing there after the final whistle, heartbreaking. I won the Golden Ball award, but it meant nothing then. I just wanted the trophy for Argentina. The Copa America also brought pain. We reached the final in 2007 and lost. Then in 2015, against Chile, we lost on penalties. 1 year later, 2016 Copa America Centenario, final again, Chile again, lost on penalties again. I missed my penalty that time. After that third final loss, I felt devastated. The pressure, the criticism. In the heat of the moment, I said I was retiring from the national team. I felt like maybe it wasn't meant to be, but the support I got from people in Argentina asking me to come back, it was overwhelming. I love my country too much. I couldn't stay away. The 2018 World Cup in Russia was difficult too. We went out in the round of 16. People wondered if I would ever win a major trophy with Argentina, but we kept building. A new coach, Lionel Scaloni, came in. He built a real group, a family, and finally, it happened. In 2021, the Copa America in Brazil. We reached the final, against Brazil, in their Maracanã stadium. Angel Di Maria scored, and we defended with our lives. We won 1-0. When the final whistle blew, I just dropped to my knees. The relief, the joy, after so many years, so many finals lost, celebrating with my teammates, one of the happiest moments of my life. We finally brought a trophy home for Argentina after 28 years, and that victory gave us the belief for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. I knew it would probably be my last, our last dance. We started badly, losing to Saudi Arabia. A shock, but maybe it helped us. We knew every game after that was a final. We fought through tough games: Mexico, Poland, Australia, Netherlands, a crazy game, Croatia, and then the final against France, the champions. It was the most incredible final ever. We were winning 2-0. They scored twice late on, 2-2. Extra time. I scored again, 3-2. Mbappé scored again, 3-3. Penalties. The pressure was immense, but our goalkeeper, Emi Martinez, was amazing. We scored our penalties, and we won. Argentina were world champions. Lifting that trophy, the one I dreamed of my whole life. No words. Seeing the joy of my teammates, my family, the people back home. It's why we play football. It felt like completion. Just before that World Cup win, my world had changed at club level. In summer 2021, my contract with Barcelona expired. We had agreed on a new one. I wanted to stay. Barcelona was my home. But because of the club's big financial problems and La Liga's rules, they couldn't register me. It was a shock. I had to leave the club I joined as a 13-year-old boy. The farewell press conference was one of the hardest days. I couldn't stop crying, saying goodbye to the fans, the stadium, the city. Heartbreaking. A few days later, I signed for Paris Saint-Germain PSG, a new challenge, a big club. I joined my friend Neymar again and Kylian Mbappé. The welcome in Paris was amazing. We won the French league title, but my time in Paris, it was different. A new league, new city. While we won the league, we couldn't achieve the main goal of winning the Champions League. It never quite felt like home like Barcelona did. After 2 seasons, my contract ended. So, in the summer of 2023, I made another big decision. There were offers from different places. My family and I decided to move to the United States to join Inter Miami in Major League Soccer. Why Miami? It was about the whole picture. A new challenge, family life, living in a different culture. The project the club presented with David Beckham. The welcome was unbelievable. We started well, winning the League's Cup, the first ever trophy for Inter Miami. It felt good. I'm older now, play a bit differently maybe, but the enjoyment, the love for the ball, it's still exactly the same. I enjoy playing with my teammates here, trying to help the team grow and help football grow in the U.S. My family is happy here too, Antonella and our 3 sons, Tiago, Matteo, and Ciro. That's the most important thing. So that's the journey so far. From Rosario to Barcelona, winning everything, the ups and downs with Argentina, the tears of leaving, the joy of finally winning the World Cup, Paris, and now Miami. It's been more than I ever dreamed of. I just feel grateful for everything football has given me. And I plan to enjoy every moment I have left playing this beautiful game.